how proud are you of what you've achieved this evening?
Yeah, no, I was very, very pleased to win. You know, Sean has been queuing very, very well. You know, you could just see by his results, in this tournament, you know, the previous tournament, making the final. He looks like he's turned a corner, and I think, you know, he's going to do some damage this season, you know, because he's in good touch. So for me to be able to beat someone of Sean's calibre in a final, which was, you know, pretty high standard as well. We both didn't play brilliant all the time, but, you know, a bad game wasn't that bad. And then when we played well, we was clearing up in one visit. So, you know, overall it was a very, very good match, I think. So, you know, I'm pleased to be able to get my hands on another trophy.
Yeah, it was a match that had everything. There were moments of real tension. You were getting quite emotive at times, but then there were moments of real high quality. It looked like it was a real intense battle like this. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, when you're playing 20 frames of snooker, you can't play 20 perfect frames. You know, there's going to be ebbs and flows all the way through the match, and sometimes you just have to hang in there. You know, and I always think, you know, over a long match, at some point I'm going to find a bit of form, and if I find a bit of form, I think, you know, I can win 5-6 frames on the spin in pretty quick time as well. So I always just try and hang in there. You know, it's a bit like Seve Ballesteros or Tiger Woods with the way they play golf. You know, they're never out of it in many ways, because they can kind of produce a little bit of magic now and again. So and that's how I kind of that's probably the hallmark of my game, really, I think.
And in terms of that record, with the 3 years unbeaten here and the 15 matches unbeaten, with it being this prestigious 24-man event as well now, just how highly do you place that in terms of some of the many records you've clocked up in your career?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really look at records, to be honest with you. You know, the records are just there to be broken, and, you know, I'll look back at the end of my career and assess it then, you know, but at the moment I'm just enjoying playing, and in whatever events I choose to play in, you know, I mix it up a bit with the exhibitions and a few appearances here and there, and, you know, I don't have really any structure to you know, to what I do. You know, for me it's just about playing in the events that I feel like playing in, you know, and playing when I feel like it, you know, because everything there is a bonus, you know. Yeah, so I don't feel like I have anything to prove, which is a kind of nice place to be. You know, I just can go out there and enjoy it now and have a bit of fun with it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, over the years in your career, you've shown that you're capable of turning up with maybe less match practice than others. You came back and won that World Championship after a year off. How much of a buzz do you get from being able to compete with the world's best, even when you're not necessarily playing as much in terms of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I just, it's, yeah, I mean, I just play when I feel like it, you know. I don't look at rankings, I don't look at anything, you know. There's so many tournaments now that even if I dropped outside the top 32, there's still so many tournaments you can play in. You know, tournaments like this are a little bit special because it's a great city and you get really well looked after, so you always want to compete in events like this. But as for all the other ones, I play when I feel like it, really. You know, I'm not a slave to the game. You know, I just practice, have a bit of fun, you know, and it just fits into my life, really. So yeah, like I said, you know, it's just a bit of fun for me, really, now.
And just finally, we spoke earlier in the week about how Judd Trump, since he became world champion and world #1, has quite rightly been getting a lot of attention. But just how much of a statement was this win this week for you in terms of the prestige of the event, that you're still up there, still snooker's top man and still the most dominant force?
Well, not really. I mean, I don't really look at it like that. You know, about 4 or 5 years ago, I decided, you know, I was going to play just when I feel like it, you know. So I don't really class myself in, you know, with the guys that are out there. You know, they've got a lot to prove, a lot to achieve. You know, I have nothing to prove, nothing to prove to anyone, really. I just think for me and the snooker fans, it's just nice if I can keep playing for as long as I can. I think the snooker fans enjoy seeing me play. You know, they don't expect me to have to prove myself anymore. So for me, I have a different model, if you like. You know, it's more about enjoying it and having fun. For the other guys like Sean, Neil and Judd and people like that, you know, they've still got to try and chase them records that I've got if they want to kind of go down as one of the greats. You know, it's okay doing it in a season, 2 years, 3 years. You've got to try and do it over like a decade or 2 decades, you know, and I've kind of done that. So for me, it's just about, you know, just trying to get an invite to the party every now and again and have a bit of fun and try and mix it up a bit.
Well, it was a fantastic win tonight. Enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.